From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie Watchman. In true Orwellian fashion, the anti-Christian forces within Australia have been able to partially introduce a destructive, sexually deviant ideology onto Aussie children under the guise of a program called Safe Schools. The course is anything but safe, of course, and even the left side of politics, Labor in the case of Australia, have had a hard time stomaching it. Of course, Victoria, never a state not to choose the most wicked of stances, has pushed this radical sexual ideology and made it compulsory in all Victorian secondary schools. So what is safe, or should I say unsafe schools? It is a program billed as an anti-bullying tool that aims to boost a sense of inclusiveness for same-sex, intersex and gender-diverse students. Given less than 0.5% of the population include themselves in this group, it is hardly a program that will primarily address the main cause of bullying within a school, as most children who are bullied do not fit one of these sexually mentally diseases. The main problem with the course is that it sexualizes children. By pushing normalization and overemphasis of the sexual concerns of a minority, all children have to expose to the sexual subjects that pollute innocent minds. Sexually inappropriate and explicit content is a mainstay. Unfortunately for these people whose sexuality is deviant and unnatural, this course will cement their false ideas. It will do very little to reduce their mental health issues, suicide risk, drug use or domestic abuse. This is because their mental disease has not been addressed but has been accepted. The proponents of the course will state unequivocally that suicide risk is reduced in a supportive environment, and this is the environment they are trying to foster in schools by normalizing abnormal sexuality. There is some truth in this. However, it is also known that the suicide risk of gays is exactly the same in European countries who have long accepted homosexuality as normal. Common sense will tell you that normalizing the unnatural will lead to more children experimenting with their sexuality and thus causing more harm overall. It may in fact increase the homosexual rate and therefore the subsequent suicide rate. Safe sexual practice, which is monogamous sex within the safety of a long-term marriage relationship, is scorned upon. Multiple sexual partners, gender dysphoria, and early sexual experimentation will lead to harm that cannot be easily measured, scars that will last a lifetime and become manifested in all kinds of emotional and psychiatric conditions throughout the life of the individual. While I agree that all members of the school community should be respected, this does not mean that all in the school community have to agree with the sexual choice of a few. Doing what God has called an abomination is always going to lead to a guilty or a seared conscience. This has long-term spiritual effects not only on the individual but on the nation that revels in its anti-Christian stance. By getting everyone to celebrate and accept as right the sinful choice of a few does not take away the guilt or the sickness that remains within. Unfortunately for the wicked and misguided, one spirit will always have to answer to its creator, no matter the prevailing worldview. The spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah once again rises in the minds of a wicked generation. The inevitable harm that follows it will be felt by all.